on getting the right answer, and that's it. I know everyone is, it's not just the two students who asked in chat. I know everyone is obsessed with grades and scores. I'm not. I'm much more concerned that you just learn the material and the grades will just come. That's it. If there's a homework instruction that says to simplify, then you have to simplify. Remember, the homework is programmed to only accept certain answers. So there's a limitation in what the computer can do. That's why they ask you to simplify. Or they just want you to get practice with algebra. That's why. All right, example number 8. Let f of x equal 2x minus 3 all over x plus 1. Right. Find all values of a for which the tangent line at x equals a is perpendicular to the line 3x plus 2y equals 5. Okay, so let's try to figure out, I'm going to give you some time to work on this yourself, but before we do that, let's kind of write down, just let's sketch a roadmap of how you would actually find the solution, right? We won't write down all the gritty details, but let's write down just some general steps. So how would you go about finding the solution to this equation, this problem? So I'm given some function, and I want to find all the tangent lines that are themselves perpendicular to this other given line. How would you go about finding that? Okay, so we need the slope of the tangent lines. Okay, so Colleen, what is the slope of the, or actually anyone else? So Colleen said, I need to know what the slope of that tangent line is. Do we have enough information right now to declare what that slope actually is? Yes. So how are we going to find that slope? So let's just sketch some stuff. The tangent lines that I am seeking, there's been a claim in the chat that I know the slopes of those tangent lines that I am seeking in this problem. How do I calculate that slope? I'm not asking you to tell me what the I'm not asking you to tell me what the answer is, but I'm asking you to tell me how do you calculate it? Okay, so we find the slope from, okay, so find slope of the given line. So find slope of 3x plus 2y equals 5. Okay, and then you said, because I want a perpendicular line, I'll just say find slope of a perpendicular line, and that is the slope of the tangent line. Okay, so now what? So let's say we've done that. I calculated my slope. I found the appropriate slope of a perpendicular line, right? I don't want to say too much because I want you guys to work on this yourself. I'm just kind of sketching the solution. After you find that slope that you want, so now I know the slope of my tangent line. Let's say that number ended up being, I don't know, 100. So I now know that that the slope of this line was whatever it is, and the slope of the tangent line that I want to find is 100. How am I going to find the tangent lines that have a slope of 100? f prime of x must equal 100. Good. So whatever slope we get, let's call that m, and then that means I want to solve the equation. Solve equation f prime of x equals m. And I'm solving for x, right? Or technically I'm asked for the values of a. I mean, if I want to be consistent with the language of the problem, I should say solve the equation f prime of a equals m for a, right? And why is that the last step, right? Notice if I know that I want my tangent lines to have slope 100, f prime of x, remember, is the recipe for finding derivatives. So if I want the slope of the tangent line to be 100, I should set my recipe equal to 100 and see what x value comes out of it, right? This is opposite to the previous problem. In the previous problem, I told you the x value and I wanted you to then find the tangent line there. So I got my recipe and I substituted in my x value. Now it's the opposite. Now I know what the recipe is supposed to give out, right, which is the slope of 100, and I want you to now tell me what needed to go into that recipe to get out a slope of 100. Okay, so that's a roadmap for this problem. So now um, let's take, say, 4 minutes, let's say close to 5 minutes to do this problem on your own. So finish it um, entirely. Find all possible values of a. And if you're really feeling up to it, if you finish early with some time to spare, try drawing a graph. Draw a graph of the function, the tangent lines, and the given line, just to see kind of what's going on. Okay. So I did make my